Hello everyone. So today we are going to do LeetCode daily challenge set matrix 0. So basically in this question what we are doing is checking with m cross in matrix and there we will be having some elements which are 0. And whenever we encounter any element as 0, then what we need to do is that we need to simply whichever row correspond to it, we need to make it 0 and whichever column is there, we'll make it 0. So this is what all we need to do in this question. So basically like here, when, when we were having this as 0, in this middle one as 0, then what we did, the row which was corresponding to it, that is this one, whole of this became 0, means we were required to make it 0, and the column which was there means this, we were required to make it as 0. Now this was regarding just one 0, but if there are multiple zeros in a row, or any of the columns in the scalar matrix, then what we need to do? Then at that point, like here, we are having two zeros, one here and another one is here. So according to that, the corresponding row, that is this one, this one, it will be becoming 0, and the corresponding column, like here, it will become 0, and for this also, this one will become 0. So this is what we'll doing in whatever other elements means all other, they will remain as it is. So this is what we need to do in this question. Now the thing comes up that how we will be proceeding with this. Like there could be multiple zeros, there could be only one zero, and every time what we need to do is we need to know that what would be the row which needs to become 0, and we also need to check for the column which should be there, it should be 0, means there shouldn't be any sort of conflict. That if that particular column becomes 0 because of other row, then we are missing out some other columns or rows which need to become 0. So these are some of the things which this question creates conflicts for. Right? Let us start with this question that how we can do it. Right? There are three approaches for doing this question. Basically, those three approaches are one brute force approach, which will require order of n plus n space, a vector approach, which will require just order of n space, and the test approach, which will be simply requiring just order of one space. So now let's start with the first approach, that is a brute force approach, where we require order of n plus n space. So here I've already written with the algorithm. After that, we'll discuss with the code. But first, let's come the algorithm. So basically here, what we are doing is that in this algorithm, we will require HW. And H and W will be simply height and W will be width. And then we require two vectors which will be having boolean as data type. And then these two vectors basically correspond to row and column. That is whatsoever row which will be having a 0, I'll be marking it as true, and whatsoever column which will be having as 0, I'm marking that as 0. Oh, sorry, true. So this is why we are taking this. And HNW simply for the height and the width of a matrix. Now, how we are going to do that? As I earlier mentioned that we will be marking true and false. That's why we are taking those two vectors. So now, this is the first step when we will be doing that. So for that, what we are doing is that we will be simply traversing through our matrix. So that's why I have taken row in the range of 0 to h. Means basically whatsoever is the height, means this part, all the rows need to be covered. And then column in that range only, means whatsoever is width. So I'll be covering that. So like this, wherever in the matrix I found row and column, means whichever cell I found as 0, I simply mark that particular row equals to true in my this row. Quickly, here I have written as row 0. It was actually row 0 only, and here column 0. So for that, I'll do that. And then for column 0 means whatsoever column will be having 0, I'll simply mark that column as true. So this is how we can simply check that which column and which row will be having 0. We'll mark it as 0, means basically here we'll mark it as true, and after that we'll again run a loop, and then we'll run a loop again. So at that portion what we'll be doing is we'll now marking whichever was true as 0. That is here. Again, we will be traversing from the to H and 0 to W, and we'll check that if either row 0 of row or column 0 of column is true. Then at that time, what I'll be doing is I'll mark a matrix at that particular point, means that cell I'll mark as 0. So this is what I'll be doing. Basically, this is the simplest approach we could follow. That we could simply have two vectors, basically a Boolean data type, in which we'll mark the true, and we will be marking true for that particular row and particular column. Then, according to that only, we'll simply check that if that particular row or column is marked as true, we'll simply make that as 0. So this is what we are doing with this first approach. Like for more clarification, I can tell you here. Let's see. You can just try run this. Like here, we are having uh, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So basically, that first part. What it will be doing is, it will simply check for this and check for this. Means in our row 0, the row number will be 1 and it will be marked as true. And in our column 0, column number will be 1 and it will be marked as true. So whenever next time we will be traversing, and when it encountered row equals to 1, and it will be making every element at this as 0. So that, and when it encounters column as 1, means again at some point it will be encountering column as 1. So at that point, every element as this column, it will be marked as 0. So this is what we are doing in our first approach. And this is the fourth approach, so it is pretty much easier. But now comes the part that how we can reduce this case complexity from order of n plus m to order of n only. So for this part, this is the another algorithm I've written, and here we are just taking column, not the row, and the row which will be marking as being marked as 0, it will be by taking a variable which will help us to mark that particular row as 0. So this is what I will be going to do in this particular algorithm. So now here, what I'll be doing is, again, I need height and width of my matrix, and I'll be taking a vector of Boolean type where I'll store all the columns which are true, that is, which are having 0. So now, first thing, I'll simply traverse my matrix by this, is the second point, which simply represent that I'll be traversing from a matrix. While traversing, what I'll be doing is, I'll simply go to this range, and then for the column I'll go to this range. Then I'll check if any cell there is having 0, then I'll mark that particular column as true. So here I got, by the end of this loop, I'll get all the columns which are having the value 0, because I'm marking them as true. Now the thing comes to mind that how we will be doing for rows. So for that part, now here we will be doing for rows. So for that part, what we are doing is, we are simply again traversing our matrix Yes, again starting by this. This time we are maintaining a variable contains 0. Basically this is for our row. Earlier means at every starting point of our row, it will be initialized as false only. Then we'll check for column, and in that column we'll check that if we encounter any cell as 0, if that cell is 0, then what we'll do is we'll simply mark contain 0 variable as true and simply break from this loop. When we break from this loop, then we enter this next loop. In this next loop, here the filling part occurs. Means here we will be simply making all those rows and columns as 0, where we simply encounter contain 0 as true or column 0 of column as 0. Means basically we'll again start from this 0th column, and as we encountered contain 0 equals to true, so we will be simply making that particular row corresponding to that variable, means row number also, as 0. So that's why we have written these two conditions. These two conditions are mentioned so that we could easily make our that particular cell as 0. So this is how we are making it as 0. So in this algorithm, what it was there, that we were simply having this time just one vector. And basically, we were having the space of order of n only, and in this, what we were doing was we were simply first marking all the columns which were containing 0 as true in our column 0 vector, and after that, what we were doing was we were simply checking for row and columns, and time and again we were reinitializing it as false because we want to mark all the rows as false, sorry, all the rows as true, which are basically containing the 0. So after that, when we encounter that, means when our contain 0 becomes true, then at that point we simply break on the loop so that we could have that variable. And now when we are having that variable, means contain 0, and then we could simply go to our matrix and simply make that particular row as 0. So this is how this particular algorithm, means the second algorithm works. And for this, the case complexity is simply order of n, which is the size of our columns. Now coming to the next algorithm, which is our third algorithm, the most optimized one, which is having the order of one case complexity. So for this, we are just having three variables, and before starting this, let me tell you brief about it. Basically, in this algorithm, what we are doing is we are simply taking basically three variables. First variable would be simply about checking that if our first row contains any 0 or not. So in this, what we are doing is that it will contain simply a variable which will check for the first row if it is 0 or not. If it is 0, then it will be simply marked. And then next, in this, what we are doing is that we are marking all the columns which are 0 in a first row. Basically, our first row is acting as a storage point where we are marking all the columns which are there as 0, so that after that we could check that if in our first row there was 0 for that corresponding column, then we will simply mark that particular column as 0. So basically, this is what we are doing in this question. And is those parts that which row is 0, we will be doing same as what we were doing in our previous algorithm. So this is the only change which we are doing in this algorithm. So here, what we are doing is that we are taking height and width variable, and of course, so 0 equals to false means okay, Boolean variable. Now next, This means the second point. First, we are simply checking that if our row contains any zero or not. This is what we are checking. Means we'll go from our column basically in the range of this, and we'll check that if our matrix 0 column equals to 0 means basically at first row, if that particular row contains any 0, then we'll simply mark first row 0 equals to 0. Or I could better say as true because it was of Boolean return type to Boolean data type, so we'll mark as true if we encounter any cell as 0 in our first row. Then we are in this step what we are doing. We are filling first of the 0 at those columns. Basically here in this step we are taking at first row as storage point where we will be storing the information of that column which contains 0. Now we'll simply traverse the matrix, that row in the range of this, column in the range of this. Wherever we encounter any cell as 0, we simply mark our matrix is 0 head of it that we are only storing in first row. Then that particular column where we encountered the 0, and now this is marked as 0. Now our first row, wherever there was 0, it will encounter 0. Means if any point we encounter 0 in a particular matrix, then it will be marked as 0 in our first row. So this is what will be done in this algorithm step. Now next step. Next here, what we are doing is that here for marking that particular row consists of 0. Means now here rows will be marked as 0 for making that whole column and row as 0. Now here filling will be started. Now basically in this step what we are doing is that we are simply checking that for row in range 1, 4, 1, h, we are simply traversing our matrix, but this time we are traversing our matrix from 1 rather than 0 because in the portion of 0 we have stored all the columns which were marked as 0. So that's why we are not traversing from there. We will handle that first row at the end. Handling in the sense that if that row consists earlier any 0, means before marking 0 by ourselves, if that was containing any 0 beforehand, then we'll handle that at the end. So now here, what we are doing is, we'll simply start traversing our matrix from the row 1. Now if first part is that we are initializing contain 0 at every point as false in the starting. The way we were doing in our previous algorithm. Now we'll simply traverse in this matrix from the column in the range 0, up to. Now if a matrix to column equals to 0, then we'll simply mark our contain 0 variable as true and then we'll simply break. As we break from here, we have already now having that at that particular row is containing 0. So we'll again start from column 0, w range. Yes, now we'll start again filling up at that particular column. So if that row was 0 or if we have encountered that in our first row, that particular column has been marked as 0, then we will simply make that cell as 0. So this is how we will be filling as that particular matrix corresponding to that particular row and column. In our previous algorithm, we were doing the same thing. Means that row part we were doing same. But for the column part, what we were doing was that we were already having a vector. And that vector was containing all the true values. that if that particular column was having 0, then we'll mark as 0 there. But here we are simply storing everything in our first row only so that we could easily mark that particular row and column as 0. Now in the last part, as I told that we need to handle our first row was 0 or not with some extra step, and that extra step is this one. Here in the starting what that we had maintained that variable first row 0. That first row 0 was for this purpose only, that if our first row was containing any 0, then at that point what we will be doing is we'll simply mark it as true. And if that first row 0 was true, then we'll simply make our first row as 0. So this is how our whole row of that particular first part will be simply marked as 0. And this is the whole algorithm which was basically there for making our rows and columns as 0. So this was all for this. These were the algorithms. Now let's come to the part of coding. For coding part, I will be just showing the third part only. But I'll simply attach link for the first and second approach in the video description only. So for this first part, third algorithm means that algorithm in which it was using no extra space. So in that, what we are doing is, here we have taken the height, then we have taken the width, and that boolean variable. The first row 0 was marked as false. Now for the next, we are having this, that we are simply traversing for all the columns, and we are checking that if in our first row we contain 0 there, and we will simply mark this variable as true. Now next we are simply checking that at any cell, basically when we are doing this, then we are simply checking that at any cell we are having 0, then we will simply mark in our first row that particular column as 0. So now in this step means basically it's the whole of this step we are simply doing is that we are simply making whatever row or whatever column which was 0, we are marking it as 0 here. So now we will be starting from a row 1, because in row 0 we have marked various columns as 0 for just keeping the storage purpose. Now here we are reinitializing at every point and containing 0 as false. Now here the column from 0 to W, and then we'll check that if matrix row column equal to 0, then we'll simply mark contain 0 as true, and then we'll simply break. Means now we have got the information for the row, and we have take from this one loop. Means this one was it. Means we have take from this loop. Now we will be entering this particular loop. We'll enter this loop. Now what we are checking is that if our row or that particular column was 0, then we will simply mark that cell as 0. And we will do this till the end of that particular column. Now we will be doing these steps again and again until we reach all the rows of that particular matrix. So when we are done with that particular step, but at first row was still left. So that's why we are doing first row 0. Means we are checking that if our first row 0 variable was true or not. If it was true, then what we are doing is that we are traversing for our first row. That is, we will be traversing our first row by simply going from column 0 until column till the width of that particular matrix, and we'll simply mark our row 0. Basically when our row is 0 and that particular column there as 0. So this is what we will be doing in our coding part, so that we could simply make our rows and columns as 0. Now in Python, We are doing the same thing as it is what we were doing in Java. Here everything is same. Just the part was that I have seen that length of matrix and length of matrix was used just a variable for marking length. And else everything is same as it is. And it was already mentioned that we need to do it in place. So that's why we don't need to use any extra matrix or something. We simply need to do everything in that particular matrix only. And in C++, it was same as what was in Java, but here use this use artist dot size and matrix of zero dot size. So this was all, and yes, about the time complexity. Time complexity will be same for the traversal of that matrix, and the space complexity will change as per the solution, is as per the three solutions which were there. So this was all for this, and if you have any suggestions, then please do let me know in comments, and if you have some other posts, then also let me know in comments. So this was all. Thank you.